Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, bringing you news from beyond the mirror, from the other world, and today we are reviewing Roro. And hopefully I pronounced her name right, but hey, you guys know how terrible I am with names. I should not have to remind you about that. But anyways, first I have to apologize for not uploading the video sooner. I was actually planning on uploading this yesterday, the day she was released, but the truth is I was feeling a little skeptical about even releasing a review on her. But I'll get into better details about that at the end of the video.
Keep the laws of the sea when you're out in the waters.
Besides being unbelievably attractive, Roro is actually one of the first awakening mages they have added to the meta that is going to be incredibly deadly in PvP. So definitely expect some in PvP buffs with her. But alright, let's take a look at her passive. Decreases piercing damage received by magic type allies by 40% 3 times. All damage that include the options listed above will be decreased. Increase accuracy rate of magic type allies for 6 turns, Become immune to all damage 6 times. In PvP mode, increases the damage of magic type allies by 50%. So yeah, as you can see, there are some in PvP buffs. I believe her awakening skill also has an in PvP buff, but don't worry, it's nothing too ridiculous. I think the developers have learned from the in PvP things and in raid. I think they've learned from that, and they've made those characters a little more universal to where you can use them in multiple places, not just PvP or raids or anything like that. So she is still a very universal character regardless of her in PvP buffs. But anyways, let's take a look at her first active skill. Time of Revenge inflicts 100% magic damage on 3 enemies 2 times, ignores the enemy's defense, and applies critical hit. Her abilities are very, very deadly, and I believe one of them has poison on them. Yeah, I can see it right here. Dance of Peace inflicts 100% magic damage on all enemies, poisons the enemy by 600% of magic attack for 2 turns at a certain rate, removes the debuffs on all allies. So this is incredible right here. This skill is very, very good. It's both supportive and aggressive. So this is definitely a very, very strong hero. This is definitely a character you want to grind for if you want to make a mage meta build. And mage metas, it's kind of where it's at right now. So Roro is definitely a mage you want to grind for, especially since the meta is trying to kick in and the developers are releasing a lot of these mages. She's definitely a character you want to grind for. But anyways, hopefully I'm pronouncing this correctly. Apostle's Judgment inflicts 100% magic damage on all enemies 2 times. Piercing will take effect in PvP mode. Additional critical hit will be applied. So that's pretty insane. So she is really good. I actually kind of want her. I actually kind of do. I'm not really interested in the mage meta as I am in the death meta, but I'll be talking to you guys a little more about that at the end of the video, along with a few other things. But anyways, let's take a look at those animations, shall we?
Get lost!
These critical animations, man, I don't know what Seven Knights has been doing with these critical animations, but they've been awesome lately.
Feel the wrath of the ocean. It'll sweep you away.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I will bring peace to the ocean and punish all my enemies.
Her animations are very, very pretty.
I command you, finish them!
Please be a water dragon. Yeah!
Ouch!
Oh, that was sick. These animations are awesome, but I have to admit, I really do like the original version of Seven Knights animations a lot better. They are a lot more crisp, a lot more clearer. They seem to have a lot more work put into them. And actually, the developers of the original Seven Knights, they put a lot of work into that game. So I'm not surprised if the animations look a little more crisp from the original game. But anyways, how do I feel about the new hero? She's really mage meta. Really mage meta. So if you're building something that's a little more for, I don't know, fighters or tanks or damage reflection or something like that, probably, yeah, she's okay, but she works best with other mages. That's where her power really shows, is with other mages. And when this mage meta starts to kick in and they start to release all these other mages, Chloe, she was the first spark of this mage meta next to Yuan Yi. Those three, Yuan Yi, Chloe, and Roro, these three characters are the start of the mage meta, and they're going to be releasing a lot of other mages very soon, and all of them will be very powerful. One mage in particular, she is very accessible. I'm pretty sure some of you already have her. She will be awakened very soon. I will not give you any spoilers, but if you guys want me to do a sneak peek review, I would be more than happy to give you guys a sneak peek. Just leave in the comments below if you want me to give you a sneak peek of these new characters, because I know exactly who they are. I don't know when exactly they are going to be released, but I will do a sneak peek for you guys if you want. But anyways, that's my opinion on new hero. She is really focused on mages, and if you want to build a mage build, it is a very smart move for you to grind for her, because she is going to greatly assist you with your mage build. But if you, as I said before, if you're building something with fighters or something like that, probably want to just stick with your fighters and focus on her a little later on. But anyways, there's something I wanted to tell you guys about. Seven Knights has been an amazing game. They've been updating their game so much. They've been coming out with so many new heroes. But the reason I was feeling a little skeptical about releasing this review is because Seven Knights has been focusing so much attention on these new heroes, and it seems like they're just not willing to take in other ideas or just to listen to their community concerning, hey, we kind of really like the way the original characters were. Can you just make them the way they were before and release them that way so we won't be complaining or anything like that? But the developers are really focused on the hidden masters, and I feel like they just really like these characters so much that they're just kind of in the spotlight now, and they're kind of just pushing everybody else who isn't from the hidden masters out of the spotlight and into the darkness. And I'm not putting any words in anybody's mouth. That's just how I feel. And that's what I've noticed from the community. The community seems to notice that too. And not only that, that's not the only thing that made me feel a little disgusted. I have sent Seven Knights so many different ideas, and my friend T Bluemon especially, he has amazing ideas, and he has sent them so many ideas, and he has talked to them so often about his ideas, and they just don't seem to want to answer him. They don't seem to want to take his ideas into consideration. And as an artist, I really love artwork. I like looking at Seven Knights fan art especially. It's amazing. And I do not see Seven Knights really taking a good look at the fan art of Seven Knights. I mean, don't get me wrong, they like to look at the professional work. I mean, like the straight up professional work that some of their artists do and things like that. But they don't seem to pay too much attention to the community's fan art and the community's ideas, and that really bothered me. I've been with developers before, gaming developers. They always love hearing community ideas, and it really bugged me when I found out that Seven Knights wasn't really into community ideas, and they were kind of into doing their own thing. And that kind of made me think, why? Seven Knights is a mobile game, first of all, and every idea that pops up onto this game is something they kind of just came up with. It's not something they came up with years before, and they were planning on releasing them then. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure they've done that with a few of the Awakening characters, but the Hidden Masters and things like that, those characters are kind of just straight up brand new. They weren't exactly planned, especially from the original version of the game. The Hidden Masters did not exist. The Hidden Masters were not there, so that tells me that the Hidden Masters are just straight up new characters. And I feel like they're nerfing these characters to maintain the Hidden Masters quality, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely liking that, but hey, that's just a theory I've gotten from the community, and a theory I have formed myself too. not just the community is thinking that, but I'm thinking that a little bit myself too. I think that the developers of the global version really like the Hidden Masters and want to maintain their quality, so they're kind of just nerfing the rest of the characters to maintain that balance of quality. But that's just a theory. That's probably not it, but hopefully that's not the case anyways. But I just, coming from a huge fan of Seven Knights, developers, if you're watching this, please just release the characters the way they are, and please do listen to your community. If we have ideas that we think that's going to help your game, please do not fear to just listen to us and listen to our ideas, because I am telling you, I have sent you guys emails about ideas before. I've gotten no replies. It's crazy. I really just want you guys to try to listen to your community. Not even if it isn't me, even if it's somebody else. It can be anybody's ideas. My friend T Bluemon, he's a great example of one of those people. Listen to his ideas, try to take them into consideration, because his ideas for the Demon Lords is absolutely amazing. I love that idea so much, and I want to see that idea in game. His idea is amazing. I have helped him a little bit. I drew a few pictures for him, but other than that, he has done most of the story himself. He has done so much, has spent so much of his time and dedicated so much of his time into making these characters reality, and he wants to see them in game. So please do take his ideas into consideration, because as an artist, and speaking to another artist right here, because the gaming developers, you are artists. You understand what it's like to have an idea and want to see this idea come to reality. You guys understand what that feels like. Before this game even came out, it started out as a thought, and then you drew it on paper, and then you wanted to see it come into reality, and it did. Your dream came true. Please try to listen to your community. I've seen so many ideas, not just my friend T Bluemon's idea. I have seen so many different ideas on the community, and I have seen absolutely none of them listened to. I haven't seen them posted on your Facebook page. I haven't heard a peep out of any of these ideas. But please don't take this as me going, developers are evil. They don't like their players. Don't take this as an angry rant, because that's not what this is. And developers, you guys know that that's not the kind of guy I am. I'm very cool-headed about everything. Even if there's something wrong in the game, I'm very cool about it. I'm just telling you guys to please try to take the ideas of your community into consideration, because people work really hard on these ideas. And even the fan art that people make, it's really precious, because people work really hard on this. They put their heart into it. It means a lot to them. It means so much to these people. And to know that not even one of their ideas has been put into this game, that's saying a lot. And I've played a lot of games in the past that have put community ideas into the game. Vainglory is one of them. They have so many ideas from the community just pouring into the game. They actually took one of my ideas. I don't know what happened with it, but they said they really liked it. They said they would like to see more of it, and they actually gave me a link to a page to where I could post more of my stuff. But, you know, when I see that out of developers, it makes me know that they care about their community. It makes me know that they take an interest in everyone's ideas, because they understand that an idea isn't just a pen and pencil or paper. It's not anything. It's not just that. An idea is life to the person who made the idea. They can see the character in their mind, walking, talking in all. And when you deny that, it just means you're pretty much just denying a person of being alive. That's what that means when you deny an idea. I'm not saying accept every idea, because that would be impossible. There are so many people playing this game, and so many wonderful artists who dedicate their time to making characters. I'm not saying throw all of them into the game. I'm saying just at least take one idea from the community and then put it into the game. And I feel like my friend T Bluemon is one of those people, because his ideas are so in-depth, they're so detailed. Yes, I did help him a little bit. I did draw a few pictures for him, and I did help him with a little bit of the writing, but he did most of the work. The characters came straight from his mind. He drew so many pictures. I only drew 2 pictures and wrote like one short story for him. He's the one that did most of the work. He drew so many pictures. He has written so many short stories. He's even written the emotions between all the characters, all of his characters, and all of the knights. It is really incredible what he has done. So developers, please take his ideas into consideration. The Demon Lords is the name of his character list that he has created, and oh my goodness, it is fantastic. I was actually planning on doing an animation on this a little later in the future. I don't know when. I wanted to do an animation of one of my favorite characters that he has created. I drew a picture of him before, and I would love to do an animation of that guy, but I have a lot of stuff on my hands. I can't exactly do that really quick the way I want to, but you know, I might do it anyways because I want to see that guy come to life, and I would love for you guys to see that animation, and because that might actually give you guys the push that you need to put him into your game. But anyways, that's all the time I have left. Developers, please do take my idea into consideration. Not only my idea, my friend T Bluemon's idea, and many other community ideas that are out there. But you know what? I've went on and on about this, so I'm just going to end it on this one last note. Developers, please do try your best to look at your community and try to notice what they're doing. Notice the fan art. Notice the ideas that people are coming out with, and try to take into consideration these ideas, because some of them might make your game even better than what it is now. It might take your game to the next level. It might make it so popular that you could even come out with a console game or an anime one day, just because you accepted one guy's idea. So please try to take these ideas into consideration. You'd never know what one hero could do to a whole game. But anyways, there was one last thing I wanted to talk about, and that's the death meta. I fear the developers may not want to release that just yet because they just are starting the mage meta, and the death meta is something that's going to be carried on to the very end of time because it's not something that can actually be killed. It's a very strong debuff, and that's probably one of the reasons why they have not released the awakened Nox. Yes, Nox does have an awakened form, and he was actually supposed to be released way before Yuanyi was even here. He was supposed to be released, including Chris. The awakened Chris was supposed to be released a really long time ago, but I think they're planning on releasing him after they've released all the mage awakened heroes and all that kind of stuff. Then that's probably when they're going to release Chris. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to do with Chris. I've heard a lot of negative rumors, a lot of them weird. My friend actually made a joke about one of them once, and I'm glad that was just a joke. I'm glad that rumor was just a joke, because that one was the worst. But yes, I've heard many terrible rumors about Chris. I hope none of them are true. I hope they're still going to maintain the death meta when it arrives. I hope it remains the same. I hope everybody just has the same status effects, the same special everything. Everything remains the same with that, because the death meta build is my build. It's the build I've been working with for years on the original game, and I have not changed it since. I've been doing King of the Arena videos with the death meta build, and it will never change. That's my build, and I hope they don't change or nerf anything with it, because if they do, that means I have to reconstruct a completely new build. And the mage build is not something that's going to last, because there are going to be some characters that can really counter mages in the future. So the mage meta build will last quite a while, and it will carry on, but there will be a lot of characters that can counter mages, and it's not as popular as the death meta build right now in the original version. But anyways, that's all the time I have left, my fellow gamers. I hope you enjoyed my video, and developers, please take my idea into consideration and try your best to listen to the community, because there are some beautiful ideas out there, and it's a shame for any of them to get ignored. So take it easy for me, alright? Remember to have a wonderful day. Like, comment, and subscribe for me, please. Take it easy, alright? Bye.